everybody, and welcome to Bert's Everyday Kitchen. Today we are going to make some muffins. Now, what's so special about these muffins, you're saying? Well, not anything real special, but you know what? I needed to show you this because I'm Miss Semi-Homemade and I will try to get a shortcut here and there. And the other day I went to the Dollar General, and I like going through their food section because sometimes you have things you don't find anywhere else. And guess what? I found this wonderful muffin mix, and it's called Triple Berry. Now, the reason I liked it so much is because, believe it or not, you don't need any oil or eggs or anything like that. All you need is water. It doesn't get any easier than that. So the other day I made these and they were so good. But what made them even better is that, you know, the mix is really good. It's got a lot of tiny little, blueberry chips and, little cranberry here and there, but they're very small. And in the bag, it's very misleading. It looks like you get a lot of berries in there, but it's really very, very tiny. But you know me, Miss Embellish, if you're gonna go big or go home. So I decided, you know what? I have walnuts, I have pecans, I have cranberries, I have blueberries, and a lot of you have a lot of things like this left over from Thanksgiving, and they're in there, and you're like, what do I do with it? And some people just say, well, I don't want just cranberries just like that. Oh, I just don't want walnuts just like that. Well, girls, I found the trick to make you some wonderful muffins in the oven so quickly, and the mess is very, very quick. I mean, you don't make a lot of it. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna show you how to mix it up. I'm gonna mix a little bit of walnuts in there, a little bit of cranberries, a little bit of fresh blueberries. And man, that's what I did last time, and they were delicious. So if you have a Dollar General, wherever you're located, go find these little bags, these little triple berry Betty Crocker. Betty is so sweet. And water, and then again, we're using our Baker's Joy, and that's all we need is a muffin tin. Now, like I said, if you're gonna go big or go home. My muffins are huge. They're like 3 little muffins in one. And since we aren't that many in this house, 4 is perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all these things ready, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, we are back and we've got all our ingredients ready. Now I've gone ahead and opened our little muffin bags, and I'm gonna use 2 of them, okay? And the reason for that is because, each one of these bags will fill 2 of these muffin tins, okay? So, believe it or not, this is 3 muffins in one, and 3 and 3 and 3, and this says we'll make 12. So, let's go ahead and get the mixture in there of both bags. And now if you take a look at the ingredients, you see how it's got those little tiny little chippies of all kinds of little berries, blueberries, and those cranberries and all that. And so it does have everything, but I like to give it a little more of an oomph, give it more texture and a lot more for your bite. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and just put some dried cranberries in there. You can get any brand you like. And I'm just gonna take about a handful and just throw them in there. Now, if you like a little bit more, I mean, of course you can't overdo it because you want to add just enough. So maybe about a handful. And then now I'm gonna go ahead and add some walnuts. Now these walnuts are pretty big, they're kind of whole. So I just take a little handful and I just start crushing some in my hand. Now remember, keep your hands clean too. I wash my hands really good. Make sure you wash your hands real well when you're working with food. And so I'm gonna just kind of crack these in there. And if you take a look, they still look pretty good, pretty chunky. But boy, this gives it such a good texture to the muffin. And believe it or not, I mean, I used to work at a at a chocolate factory, and we used to make the muffins there. And this is how we did it. We embellished them with, you know, already certain mixes that would come for the bakery. And, you know, we would add berries and we would add nuts and we would add things like that. So this is not uncommon, and a lot of people do this, you know. Sandra Lee, boy, she made a living out of that. You know, she was Miss Semi-Homemade for years and years and years. How she showed you to take some little something and make something even better out of it, you know. So that's kind of like what I'm doing. And so take a look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? All those walnuts and those cranberries, and then just kind of mix it in there and see if you want a little bit more. If you don't, you know, I think I'm just going to add just a tiny tad more of the walnuts. And these walnuts are really good for you. They have a lot of omega-3s, you know, really, really healthy for you. And so I carry walnuts all the time, you know, because I like to mix them in my breakfast, sometimes in my cereal. Sometimes you can put them in pancakes or whatever you like. But I really enjoy putting different things into these mixes. Now the great thing about this, now of course it's 2 bags and it asks for half a cup of water to each bag. So of course half and half is a whole cup. And so now I'm gonna go ahead and put, you're probably thinking, oh girl, you're putting fresh berries. Yes I am, because these are going to give it such a good flavor. It makes them so nice and juicy. And these are real plump, beautiful, beautiful berries. It makes me want to grab one and eat it, but don't want to touch my mouth right now because we want to be hygienic. Okay, and now take a look at that. It's about a good, you know, 3/4 of a cup. Now these berries are pretty big. You know, some berries are, those little blueberries, you know, can come kind of small sometimes, but these are pretty juicy and they're a little bit fat, which I love. And you can never ever have enough pieces of fruit in there to make it taste good. And now, of course, last but not least, the easiest part of it all is the whole cup of water. Alrighty, let's get all that water in there. And we start mixing. And I know you're probably thinking, what? No eggs, no milk, no nothing, no oil. Nope, none of that. None of that. All they asked for was milk or water. And I choose water because milk, sometimes I don't have because I'm not a fan of it. But that's okay, let's not go there why I'm not a fan of milk. But let's take a look at this mix. See, it was so easy to do. Take a look at that mix. Oh man, so hearty, so full of walnuts and the berries. Now guys, all we have to do is get our tin ready. And that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna get our tin ready. Shake, 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 shake. Miss Baker's Joy. Love her. 2, 3, and 4. Very, very simple. And now we're going to start getting the mix into our tins. And now this, of course, is going to be pretty generous. Woo, look at those big chunks in there. Now I've already preheated my oven to 400 degrees. So of course you want to do that before you get started to make sure that your oven is ready to go when you are. And you're probably thinking, ooh, those are so full. Yep, and they're going to be big and beautiful. These are great for breakfast. You know, you have a muffin with a little side of ham or a little side of bacon, you know. Get that little protein in with your muffin. And it's good, good, good. Excuse my messy there. Now I try to make sure that I divide this evenly. And see, cleaned it all out. It's just enough. Just enough. Now I take my other spatula, make sure that I get all of that in there. Push it in there. Maybe take a little bit of this and put it over here. Even this one out. So are you guys ready for Christmas? I mean, is everybody excited? I am, you know, because it's bringing some joy, you know, in your heart, you know, because of just so much negativity around lately. Okay, so now we're gonna kind of bang it a little bit to take out any bubbles that you may have in there. And make sure we clean it up a little bit. Get all these extra things out for there. And there we go. There we go. Okay, guys, it is time for the oven. Okay, take a look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Loving it, loving it, loving it. Okay, so now we're going into the oven at 400 degrees. I'm saying for about maybe 12 minutes, but I'm gonna go ahead and time it. I'm a person that, you know, once you start smelling them, they're ready. Okay, and we'll check it with a toothpick to make sure that the center is cooked all the way through. Okay, because we added so much deliciousness. So off to the oven we go, and we'll see you in about 15 minutes. Bye. Hi everybody, we're back and they are done. Now, remember that when you bake these, it's going to be a little bit longer than what the time would say on the package. So kind of take a look at them, make sure you like the color that they look, and to take a toothpick and then just pierce it in the middle, in the deepest part, and if it comes out clean, they're ready to come out. Now these are so beautiful. Look at those berries, how they just burst out that juice. Oh my God. Now they're very, very hot, so I can't take one out. But know that in the morning, they're gonna be delicious, I promise you. So again, thank you for joining me on Bert's Everyday Kitchen and sending out a lot of love to everybody. Stay safe, be well, and have a happy holiday, and have a great muffin. Thanks a lot for joining me, and I'll see you next time on Bert's Everyday Kitchen. Bye. Again, and guess what? I couldn't wait, and neither could my husband. So we let it cool down a little bit, and I thought I'd show you what it looks like after I took it out of the tin. See, still nice and whole, all perfect. And now I want to cut it in half so you can see what it looks like on the inside. See, the top is very crispy. So it's gonna come apart really easily because it's got a lot of fruit inside. See that? See, I told you it would come apart, but it's all that fruit inside. It's wonderful. And believe it or not, my husband, after I made these the first time, he said, and this is quote, I'm not kidding you, he said, "Wow, these are the best muffins I've ever had in my whole life." And I felt like, wow, I felt like the cowardly lion in the Wizard of Oz. Oh, wow. And so, you know what? I'm going to take a bite, and I might leave him a little bit. Look at that. Look at the berry. Ooh. Oh my God. It's so good. I know it's rude to talk with your mouth open, or with your mouth full, I'm sorry. But the berry gives it such a nice flavor to the sweetness of the muffin. It gives it that little, I don't know how to explain it. The berry isn't sweet, but it's got like a sweet tang to it. Ay, ay, ay. And it's so good. Well, I'm sorry I couldn't wait till tomorrow morning. but I'm gonna give a little piece to my husband and we're gonna try to enjoy this with a nice little cup of hot tea. Thanks a lot for joining me again on Bert's Everyday Kitchen. Try the muffins, you'll love them. And have a good time. Bye.